Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
And SneakerCon.
SneakerCon. Getting what we call content.
Sneaker content.
Oh.
Well, but it's not really sneaker content, so that doesn't really work.
No.
So we just got off stage with Royce to 5'9".
Yeah.
We got a couple of our hardcore patrons hanging out.
Thank God.
GameCube, that dude is here.
Yeah.
He's heavy in the Discord.
Heavy in the Discord. And
I reached out to my man Black Milk.
Yes.
And it turned out that you have been back in Detroit, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pull up."
I'm gonna pull up, man. Like anytime, I ain't seen you in a long time. So since the last album, I think, man, that's like 2017.
I was gonna say that's a very long. So, give me a brief synopsis of the last 6 years of your life. What's been going on, and then we'll work back.
A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. In the sense of, but in a good way. Like, you know, after everything everybody had to deal with, like it was the perfect time for me to like, you know, relax, reflect, reconstruct some things, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it really was. But like the last 2 years, I've been back in music mode, been back in artist mode. So 17
to 20 after that album, you were like,
really the pandemic shit. So really 20 to now, the last 2.5, 3 years, I've been chilling, man. But I just finished up an album, dropping on Mass Appeal, and yeah, man, I'm back in artist mode, man. It took a minute to get like back into that mind state of like the grind shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so it's about to be back on and popping, man, with some music shit. So yeah,
it's funny because we just did a podcast like a week ago with the Rosenthals, who are doing this blog era podcast with Pharrell's company, and so I've been thinking a lot about the blog era, which
I seen that.
They determine it to be like 07 to 12, around that range.
That's about right.
What year did you first pop up?
Ah, shit.
I can't remember. Like I feel like
05. Well, I was doing the Slum Village shit like 2000 to 2003. So 05 is when I dropped like the Sound of the City mixtape, and then I signed a Fat Beats in 06, and that was like my first official joint. Popular Demand was 06. So Slum.
Where was Slum Village in 2000?
He was in Slum Village.
No, I was producing for him. I was doing. Yeah, it was me. That was like around the time Dilla left the group, so I became like their house producer, in-house producer. Me and Young RJ, and was doing that.
Dilla left Slum Village.
Yeah.
You
don't remember that?
That's when he was doing like all his solo stuff, doing a lot of the common stuff.
And when they had like Selfish, and records like that, that's all post Dilla.
Yeah,
post Dilla.
That's all post Dilla.
But not posthumous.
He was still on the album. He still had like a couple beats he produced, but he wasn't in the group no more. He went solo.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah. So
you never crossed over in the group with him?
What you mean?
Like when you were in-house producer?
Oh, no. I mean, he was coming up to the studio, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he did a few beats, but he wasn't in the group officially no more. He was out the group.
Were you like a big fan before you were a part of the group?
Hell yeah. You know, Dilla was already a king, like, in this city before he was like a household name everywhere else. So yeah, me being a producer, he was already like my favorite. You know what I'm saying? So that was. It's
funny with Dilla. There are so many layers to like when people became fans.
Yeah.
Because you know, I really think that like it's hard to even get a clear view of what he was when he was alive now.
Yeah.
Because he's become like this god-like figure.
Almost like damn near like. Damn near like it's not real. Like it's a fucking. What you call it? Like
I know what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
A mirage.
Not a mirage. He's almost like a fairy tale.
Yeah,
like
fairy tale, bro. Like the way cats is like, at least personally for me, and I know a lot of cats around the city, like to see how people talk about him on the outside is really weird. It's almost like I'm like, damn, this probably how I feel to like know a musical icon like a Jimi Hendrix or like Miles Davis. Like if you was close to them, it's weird seeing the world talk about
him.
Also,
you know like there's also like he always abuses me. How I'm not like a super Dilla fanatic.
Abuse would be strong, but keep going.
But what I have a great appreciation for him.
Yeah.
And what I find weird is people that were around him or from that era get mad at new fans. And I'm like, why are you
I don't personally do that.
If they discover it when they discover it, let them be. But they're discovering it as a legend, as a fairy tale, as almost like this.
That's all I'm saying.
Sose,
exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Was he even there?
I'm not saying it really with any negative connotation at all.
Right.
I'm not saying it any negative connotation.
Right.
But I always make the delineation of.
What's that?
Were you a fan of him before the name Dilla existed in a national public space?
I mean, what does that matter though?
It doesn't. I'm just saying, like, in terms of drawing the line of you're one of the people who got to know him as already a legend, or like I watched his ascent from just being a name on the back of a record.
Here's the thing, though: people will say they're a Dilla fan, but he wasn't Dilla; he was JD in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So, like, even when Q-Tip talks about Dilla, he's really talking about JD,
right?
Yeah.
And it's people. They might not even know JD and Dilla is the same person.
Well, it's almost like the name Dilla has become bigger than anything else, right? It's so complicated.
It's complicated. It's weird, but like some of my close homies I talk to from around here, I kind of tell them like it be a level of frustration watching all this shit unfold. But I kind of come to grips with like, man, it is what it is. He's a musical icon at this point, and it's like. The people that know him and knew him from an early stage, we have no control on how people take the name, take the legacy, and do whatever they want. Well, he's at that point now as a name.
He's like how when you go to college, you automatically find Bob Marley. You know what I mean? Like it just stays in the college. When you hit that, even if you know nothing about Bob Marley, you go to college somewhere, somebody got a Bob Marley CD. And then you become a fan after that. So, like, you're talking about people that might not have they might have been 6 years old.
Oh, yeah.
When Dilla was popping, and then now they're, like, into it.
No, I'm actually, you know what it is? I just feel thankful. It's one of the things that I feel thankful that I felt like I was a part of, even though I never met Dilla in my life. I saw Slumville play once when he was alive. They opened for Tribe in D.C. and, like,
Tribe Called Quest?
Love Movement album. That's right, Tribe Called Quest. They opened for Tribe on that tour. But I will tell you, man, I hope that at some point his estate is truly figured out. Like, Dilla essentially split his estate among his mom, his daughter, his daughter's mother, and his brother.
I don't even really know the business side of that stuff.
I just heard this recently, and I don't expect you to talk about it. I'm just saying, I don't expect you to talk about it at all. But I'm just saying to you,
like in his will, kind of like.
Yes, the estate is split up.
And they can't get it.
He thought he was taking care of everyone and doing the right thing, which he did. The problem is it's very complicated. And they get along. Many of them get along.
Right.
But it's still complicated. It's still four different human beings. And then you have, then you have to get Stone's Throw to be involved in the way that they're involved. And then you have DJ House Shoes, who has the things that he has to say about, well, I was involved in. And essentially, I wish someone like, I don't know, I wish there was a way to consolidate it all, because Dilla's music, I wish, was coming out more in a way people could consume.
There's nothing new under the sun, man. When you look at, like, history shown with all the, like, legendary musicians,
it's almost never good.
Yeah, it's just a part.
Yeah,
of
like
if
you start breaking down Motown, the guys who were the studio musicians, there's a documentary about what were they called, the
Mizell Brothers,
Funk Brothers or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, Smokey Robinson wrote this song and the melody, but the way we played it, we deserved this. Like, and it's like, he's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And this posthumous stuff is just all so hard, man.
It's crazy, man. All that, I mean, but as an artist, it makes me think a lot about, what I'm doing now, and, what could I possibly control when it's all said and done, when I'm gone. Like, it does, when it's something like that hits so close to home, it's like makes you think a little more about how you maneuvering in this music shit. So, but yeah.
You've had a very interesting career. You were part of Slum Village, the production team. What was the biggest record during the period you were with them?
Probably the Kanye record, the Selfish joint. Yeah.
And did you do anything on that record?
Well, before that, I was with him on Trinity too, so probably was Tainted. Tainted did really well too. Yeah. That was like some of those I remember. Like, got on 106 in Park, and like that was a crazy time, man. Like, being around the slum camp. So,
What a random period of time though, too.
Random
like
as hell,
so Slum ends up getting
And I
signed.
was young, man. Like I got with them like when I was like 18. So yeah, I was young. That was like.
Did you travel with them?
Yeah, I went on the tour. It's funny. Damn, Royce just left. It was funny because the first tour I ever been on, I wasn't performing. I actually was a roadie for him, but it was D12, Slum Village, and that was like 2003. That shit was insane. That was like my introduction to the tour life and all that shit. So it was crazy.
It was all of D12?
Yeah, it was all of it. It was everybody. It was
All 12 of them?
Huh?
All 12 of them?
M wasn't there.
Did M ever pop out or no?
Damn, did M pop? I think M popped out for one show. Was it the LA? I can't remember,
So
man.
it was 11 of them?
It was D11.
It was
all 11.
It was,
Was King Gordy around?
Oh yeah, he was. Fat Killers was on that tour too.
And Fat Killers was there.
Yeah, it was Fat Killers, Slum Village, D12. Yup. It was crazy.
There's not 12 members.
How many
I
are
was
there?
joking.
How many are there?
No, it's not.
How many members are there?
There's 6.
Of the dirty
Yeah,
dozen, there's only a
dirty
half a dozen.
dozen.
It's a dirty half dozen, is what you're saying.
Right.
They have multiple personalities.
Got
yeah.
it. There you go.
I was trying to make a joke. Go ahead.
He
go
dropped
ahead,
the ball.
go ahead.
Sorry, Say.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Alter egos.
So you're doing the thing with Slum. And that's interesting, too, because you're right. They were super underground. They blew up in a very underground way with Fantastic Volume 2.
Yeah.
And by the way, they have one of those albums, too.
What?
They have one of those albums that no one nationally
Wait,
knew.
don't you make beats?
No, a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Lifetime ago.
That's interesting, man, because I feel like most beat cats, anybody that know the process of making beats, can like really I feel like we understand if anybody else don't, like how genius, like the genius of Jay.
This is what I always have a problem with. I 100% understand the genius, and the respect level is to a whole. But I'm just a RZA Primo guy first.
Oh, same. There's
But
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at
There's
all.
Nothing wrong with
but
that.
but some Dilla people get upset. And I'm like, he's 3 or 4. Like, it's in the same.
yeah.
But like, me personally.
Who?
Me.
Oh, you. Okay.
Personally.
You got it.
Primo touched me
Excuse me?
more.
Wow, this is a big episode.
He
Go
was
ahead.
my uncle. So that's like literally like the only thing. And like, Bus gets mad at me. Q-Tip gets mad.
Oh, do they?
Quali, like, and I'm like, it's just something about my ear.
I mean, that's preference though. Like, just
That's all it is.
That's more so preference. Like,
Bro, when I listen to Questlove talk about how Dilla was chopping microseconds, and that shit is fucking amazing to me. But just something in my brain, sensibility wise, I just like the bounce.
Well, you're a hack.
I'm a fucking
I mean,
loser.
the process and how the music resonates with you is two different things.
Bro,
so it's
I
like,
watch
two different things.
I didn't
you
see
know
the
what
new
I'm
documentary, but I've watched documentaries.
Oh, I want to watch the new one.
I watch how they show like the fucking chopping of the beats. It's sick.
Yo, have either of you started the Tupac doc?
I haven't. I just seen somebody tweet. I haven't watched it yet though.
Bruh, let me tell you guys right now, that Tupac documentary on Hulu is fucking fantastic.
Really? What's so good about different than any other one?
It shows more than I've ever seen of him.
The little clip I seen was crazy. The way they edited the shit. Like,
oh no, the editing
was like
the editing's insane. The opening seconds of it are his cousins. First of all, it starts with his 2 older cousins being like, "Yo, I'm 9 years older," and they tell a
that's the clip I
story.
seen.
They
Dear
just
Mama.
tell a story out of the gate. Of them getting involved in a street fight that had nothing to do with Tupac,
The
and
shootout
Tupac
shit.
grabbing a gun and busting off shots. Like, out of the gate, they're just telling you shit that you're like, whoa. But as it goes on, I think it just paints a more complete picture of him than we've seen before.
His mom made it, right?
She's in. Well, no. I mean, she's gone already. So his aunt is in it. His mom's still in it, but they have clips of her from other things. I strongly recommend it. It's amazing.
Yeah, man.
So, you've had like multiple lives in music. You had the Slum Village life in music.
Yeah.
You had the Fat Beats, Black Milk, solo artist,
shit,
kind of blog era, run, producer, MC.
Yeah.
Then you had the Jack White, third man era of
What's
your
that?
career. How did tell Cipha the story, the third man Jack story.
Man, that was just something like he just hit me up one day. Well, hit my manager up, he was doing like he does these like 45 series. He has a 45.
Jack White.
Yeah, Jack White.
From the White Stripes.
That's right, from the White Stripes.
He has a 45 series. Man, he was doing a lot of them with like different rock artists. But he hit me up to do one, and he told me, he was like, yeah, man, I always wanted to do like a collaboration with a Detroit artist and also like some hip hop shit, but I really couldn't figure out the artist or the time where it made sense. But he thought it made sense with me because I also produce. So, man, he invited us down to Nashville. Me and my band went down to Nashville, got into the studio, just jammed out for like two days, made a couple records. He has a venue connected to his Third Man store out there. Yeah. We did a live show at his venue like the last night we was there. Shit was crazy.
Just like what's the show? Like Jack White and Black Milk?
Well, no, he was actually like in the audience in the front of the stage, like drinking, getting drunk, cheering me in the band.
And it was like, crowded?
Yeah, it was the whole shit. I mean, it's not a crazy big
small,
venue.
But I heard it's really
like
dope. Like
few hundred cap venue. But
I heard people know like you're gonna find some ill shit when you go to that thing.
Yeah. So he was we performed in the spot that night. Like I said, he was there like just as a fan, and the shit was crazy.
He was a fan of yours.
Yeah,
he wanted to make
I asked him actually. I was like, man, yo, how you even know me? You know what I'm saying? Like you some rock superstar, but damn. Once again, he told me, he was like, man, I heard the record with you, Royce 5'9" and Elzai, Deadly Melly. He was like, man, I really like that joint, and that's how I was like,
so he's just a music connoisseur.
Yeah. So that's how that came about. But
and did you guys continue to do anything after that?
Yeah, I did a couple more shows. Like he put me on a few other shows that like festivals that he was either doing or he was on. So he was like, yeah, it was crazy for like that was like a year, like 2 years, just collaborating, just linking up. It was weird because it was like, damn, Jack White as hell. Like, so like and his studio was crazy. Like, I remember his studio not having no computer, all analog shit, just all analog shit. And
that's dope.
I remember recording my verse, and like I wanted to do like an ad-lib track or something, and he was like, man, we out of tracks. He only had like 8 tracks to use and shit. Like,
what?
It was crazy. It was
We're
crazy.
out of tracks.
He was like, we out of tracks. I was like, all right, then I guess that's it. But then the live show, they was recording the whole live show. He had like my man Vance, his engineer, was off to the side of the stage, and he was recording the whole live show to 2-inch reel.
Wow.
And they pressed it up and sold it. So it was crazy, man. It was
he does
crazy.
He does crazy things, bro.
Yeah,
the mini 3-inch turntable that I have is a Jack White thing.
Oh, really?
But now, since then, that's become a whole thing. They get remade now. But the real story of how that one I have is from the original batch that they did. So basically, Jack was in Japan, I think, and they stumbled upon them, and he was like, what the fuck are these? And they said, oh, they're from this company, blah, blah, blah. He went to the factory, bought all the ones they had, and then sold them himself and made like 5 White Stripes 3-inch records and would sell them at concerts. You could buy the thing. Since then, now Record Store Days recreated them. They're all, but that's just shit that comes from his mind, his love of analog shit, man. I guess.
And he has a pressing plant here too in Detroit, and
his store here looks big as shit too.
The pressing plant, the store is pretty, is a nice size, but the pressing plant is about big as this damn whole shit. Like the pressing plant is crazy. Like so, yeah. Jack White always doing rock star shit. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a rock star shit indeed. You know what my black milk joint, the ultimate black milk joint for me from the blog era was? That Colin Monroe.
On
you produced that record, didn't you?
Wait, on Tronic?
On
my album?
No, the one you produced for him. Didn't you produce Piano Lessons?
Oh shit, yeah, the single. Yeah.
Yo, it's hilarious that for him that's like for me that was like
that's crazy.
And that's one of those songs that like the
black. It's a Lucy, man.
It's a Lucy, and it's one of those songs that we were talking about, Cipha. It doesn't exist anymore.
The blog era was crazy, man. Like I look back at that shit. Like I look at the Two Dope Boys era. Like that was the site that I got probably the most love on. Like Two Dope Boys, but yeah, man, that shit was just amazing. How like we was just posting music, and I got a lot of I curated a whole fan base from that shit, just like internet shit, and got tours and just made all the money that generated just from like making. I mean, of course you got to make some dope shit, but like it's just interesting, like how that whole time was compared to now. Like, but
Where the money came from what? From getting popular?
I mean, the money came from one. I mean, first making some shit that people like, but
Yeah, but if it was on a blog, it was just downloaded.
oh yeah. I mean, yeah, but then eventually putting out your projects and
Right,
and
but that's what I'm
mostly
saying. That's like
touring,
the blogs were like marketing.
Yeah.
Made you popular, so then when something real came out,
Exactly.
they were like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it also, that shit was work, man, because I remember it was a point feeling like, you had to be consistent. Just like today, you still had to be consistent and drop good shit. So by the time you like dropped your 10th single and they post your 10th post, then that's when you start seeing the traffic pick up and all that shit. But yeah, man. Yeah.
It's just weird that there's songs like that too that like had an impact on people, but they disappeared. Like you downloaded them from a Z-Share link and you saved it to your computer. But now considering, unless you're Cipha Sounds who downloads everything, most people just go to stream. So if it's not available on streaming,
I got so many Lucy's that I want to put on streaming services, but when it comes to clearance and all that shit, it's like I still gotta like a couple Random Acts joints, man, like a couple Sean P joints that, like, yeah, man, what can you say about Sean?
Sorry, I just want to dance.
Oh, Cipha, you want to? Cipha, I'm really getting the vibe from you right now.
Vibe, man.
Do you have any favorite Sean Price stories from the Random Acts days?
Come on, bro, like
there's too many, right?
There's too many.
He was such a character, bro.
Comedian, man, like. Literally probably the funniest person I ever been around, man. I remember one of the craziest shit. I remember when we did a tour, we had to get on the train. We was in Europe, had to get on the train. They had like first class tickets, if you didn't want to sit in a regular joint. It was me, Sean P, Guilty, and Hex. Shout out to Hex Murder.
Shout out to Hex Murder.
And me and P was like, we don't want to sit. We want to, get the first class joints. Bought the ticket, went to go sit in one section. Some dude came, spoke some language, was like, no, you gotta get up. Made me and P get up, went to another cart. No, you gotta get up. Made us get up about 3, 4, 5 times, man. Couldn't find the fucking, like, the first class at all. All I remember is Sean P getting so mad, like, and picking up the ticket, like, and standing in the middle of the hall. What the fuck is this? What the fuck did y'all give us? What the fuck is this? So mad. We couldn't find that shit, so we end up just sitting like in between the carts, the shit where people come in and come out.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 little seats. like we paid like $150 for those tickets. And we just sat on these little baby seats, bro. And like for the rest of the trip, man, he was so hot to the point where we got off. We went straight to sound check. He thought the venue was the hotel. Walked into the venue yo, where my yo, take me to he called Drew. I'm going home. I want to fly home. Call Drew. I want to go to the hotel. Like he was so heated, but all me, Guilty and Hex, all we could do was like laugh because so it was like the toughest dude, but like at times could be so spoiled and be like,
well, that's Sean.
I was like, man, yeah, it was crazy.
Sean P. The most memorable conversation I ever had with him was when he was starting to really pop off. Right. And like he had a couple records that started getting played. Okay. It's actually an interesting moment in that era. He had the record, like Enough actually started playing his record at 5 o'clock a little bit, and it started going. Yeah. And I remember having a conversation with him about it, and like asking what he wanted to do, and he just was not going to do anything that was outside of his comfort zone. Yeah. Like Sean wanted to live the life that he was living. Yeah. And God bless him, he was so good that he afforded himself that choice.
Man, I feel like where we were at, he was kind of allowing me to like take him slightly in a direction. Like we was literally about to make Random Acts 2, the second album. And he was a little more open to like trying some other shit. Like, cause he used to make fun of me all the time about like certain decisions I was making, like musically or just artistically. But at the same time, I could see like he was like, man, if you could figure out how to like take us somewhere else, and that shit dope, like let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what, like take it more a little more commercial?
No, not commercial.
Just like, left field.
not even just left, just doing something that's a little more, that's not something that's unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Like versus, you know what they getting when they walk into a Sean P album. So it's like
right.
He was starting to get a little more comfortable with like doing something that was unexpected. But unfortunately, he passed, man. Like before we could get to it, but yeah, R.P. Sean P, man.
Yo, Sean Price is one of the very few people.
Fucking R&Ps that we already do.
No, so many.
This episode.
We did a lot this episode. Oh, because we talked about Dilla, Sean Price, but Sean is such an interesting character that I remember when he died. It was a Saturday morning, and Twitter started saying that Sean Price had died. I remember it's one of the only times where I legitimately did not believe it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm saying I was like, I called my brother. I was like, are you seeing this? And we were like, nah, this is him doing, he's doing some crazy shit to just fuck with, because he liked fucking with people.
And that's when the time he started doing like the videos.
Oh, the videos were so good.
I can only imagine where he would be today, like if he had more time to like develop.
Bro.
Sean P was on TikTok.
Yeah,
bro.
Making some wild shit.
You ever seen the video of him in Las Vegas and he goes and sees the cats who did the Pawn Stars show?
Oh yeah, when he did,
and he sells them a potato.
Crazy, bro.
And he's sitting there.
Shit was crazy.
He's sitting there explaining why this potato's been around for hundreds of years, and
he
why
said
this.
something about like, this got thrown at Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah, he said it got thrown at Martin Luther King. This is the potato that the racists threw at Martin Luther King.
That shit was so fucking funny.
No,
man.
bro, he was legit one of the funniest people ever in hip hop, man. How's Guilty doing?
Guilty's good. I just talked to him recently, man. Like we plan on getting back in, man. So Guilty doing. He been laying low for a minute too, but he like, yo, I'm ready to get back. So me and him gonna definitely work, and yeah, man.
What project of yours has like supported your lifestyle the best? Is like the one that you is it one thing, or is it just a collection of having a lot of projects that people have loved?
Man, I think it's a collection, man. Like I kind of was blessed to like. I feel like I'm one of those people where when I do my shows, the fans I curated, like they all want different albums. Like I got the popular demand, like fans, the Tronic fans, the album of the year fans, so the Random Acts fans, like, so yeah, it's just, people that want to hear the stuff I did with Royce, the stuff I did with like, the collab with Pharoah Monch, the collab stuff. So it's kind of scattered, throughout. Like, so I don't know, man. I'm real particular. Like, so I feel good that I've been able to be kind of consistent in terms of like quality throughout my whole shit, and that's kind of like provided me like to be good, you know what I'm saying? Like to be good through my career. So yeah.
I mean, it's just pretty cool to be able to have made the music you wanted to make and be comfortable enough to chill out for a few years.
That shit ain't easy, bro. That shit is not easy. Like being an indie artist and like making a living off of that shit and like having a fan base that actually care about what you do for like doing that shit for like over a decade. Is not
and
easy.
you're married with children?
I feel lucky. No, I don't got no kids.
No
I'm
kids.
not married either.
Oh, so you're completely, you're out here living the dolo life.
I got my girl, but yeah.
I didn't know you had the ring. I didn't know if it was an arbitrary fourth finger.
When you gonna make her an honest woman? Huh? This just turned into a relationship podcast. Huh? When you gonna pop that question?
Nah. Never. Never.
Okay, see, Cipha, you did stumble on some shit.
Never.
Sorry, I was kidding.
But it's never because me and her, she like never too.
Why are you guys never marry types?
We just not on that type of time, bro. Like,
wow.
It's just a different kind of. There ain't no pressure either. Like we good.
What does she do?
She's in the music too. Like she does more like behind the scenes, like tour managing and creative curating and all that type of stuff. So yeah.
Are you guys now? We'll just get all in your business. Are you guys interested in kids or no?
Nah, nope.
So you don't want to have kids?
Nah.
So,
I mean, if I did, it would be cool, but nah.
That's interesting. Well, tell me.
How old are you?
Man, I'm 39.
Damn, you're 39 years old?
I'll be 40 in August.
What, you're saying how young he looks?
I thought this man was 26 years old. I thought he was with Slum Village when he was 9.
Yeah, we did talk about... Like, I've been like, I've been here since the JD days. Like,
man, I know kid life. You got no stress lines in your face at all.
I'm blessed, dog. Like, I'm blessed, bro.
That's blessed.
So, I am curious. I'm just curious, though. Like, is there any specific reason why you don't, why for you kids isn't like a high priority?
It ain't. I mean,
it's the number one societal pressure of all pressures.
I know, but to know me is to know that I'm like the most like non-traditional person ever. Like anything that's traditional about living and like the the way to be in this fucking life.
You're speaking Cipha's language right now.
I'm so like not about none of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and the people that's usually in my circle are kind of like-minded. So my girl is like me. So yeah.
That's great.
What else?
That's a life.
Okay, so tell me right now. I'm very curious. What else? Is there anything currently about society that's in particular driving you nuts? Or sorry, let me just say, it's not for you.
No, I know something that's driving me nuts. The fact that I can't fucking like get off my phone, bro.
I know, bro. My number one problem.
I literally think I thought about that shit the most this past year. Like, fuck, I really can't get off.
No,
shit.
bro.
Even when I'm scrolling and
I think about it every day.
Stop. I can't stop.
I think about it every day.
The only thing that gets me off.
I already know because y'all do this, so I know y'all.
I think about it every day.
Yeah, that's
the only thing that gets me off.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Gets me off, baby. The only thing that gets me off my phone, and this is double fucked up.
Yeah.
Is when I'm on Instagram and I start seeing people that's in my circle or friend group or people I know, and they got accomplishments that I wish I had.
Yep.
And I start getting, like, if I see Khaled on Instagram,
oh, you're out.
I start getting angry.
Yeah.
And it fucking bothers me so much.
Angry at what, though?
Right.
The life?
You can't even pinpoint it, can you? It's hard to even
it's
pinpoint
a lot of
what it
different
is.
things for certain people, like, oh, I put that guy on and he don't show no love back and now he's getting all this shit.
Okay,
or I wish I would have been more into this when I was younger, then I would have been further.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not mad at nobody else. I'm a lot of times mad at myself.
Yeah, I feel you.
So all that makes me do
Yeah.
is get off Instagram and go to TikTok where I don't know the people and I can just scroll freely without the emotion.
That's interesting.
So let me add to that. Number one, I feel you 100%. For me, though, it's not even conscious. Like this morning, I woke up and started looking at my phone in the hotel room, right? And as I'm looking, I'm like, none of this is making me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying it in a more direct way. Like, Cipha and Khaled have a deep history, whatever. I see it, you see Khaled, like, oh, there's personal feelings there. For me, it may not even be something that deep. Yeah. It's just someone else's podcast post. And my brain is going, why don't my posts look that good? Why is their engagement so good? Why is it? It can be anything, bro, and it's nothing. You know how often I feel good from looking at my phone? Only when I'm texting with people that I care about.
I feel you, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Black Milk texted me back. That feels nice. What's he up to? Otherwise, it's not a positive feeling. When I get these alerts, none of them are positive.
Yeah.
The fulfillment is few far in between. Like, it's just like
and how do we kick it? And yet I don't know how to kick it.
Can't let it go.
Can't let it go. So
bro, I'm on my phone, like TikTok or Instagram, until the plane reaches an altitude where it cuts off. Like, I'm on it the moment I sit on the plane until we take off. I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
And then when it finally reaches no more internet, I go, oh.
You snap out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you instantly then pay for the internet?
No, I never pay for the internet on the plane for that reason.
So you get a break, a mandatory break.
Me on the plane is me taking a break.
Yeah, I'm asleep most of the time, so I'm not even on a plane, so I ain't even.
How active are you on like social and stuff?
I'm not, man. Like
do you post a lot?
When it's time, I don't post at all. But when it's time to put some shit out, I post. But I don't post a lot. I actually don't. Like, I understand, like, when you campaigning and doing your project, you gotta make people aware.
Yes.
But after a certain point, I just really don't care no more. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Like,
I mean, if you built a life and your indie reputation where you don't need it, then it's fine.
I mean, I know I could do. There's always room to do better. But
yeah, of course.
It's just like, I feel like when this shit start feeling like work, like real work, then that's when it's like,
oh no, it's work.
It's not fun no more. It's
bro,
like,
I do stand-up comedy. All I want to do is stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And now I'm a video editor and an audio fucking engineer. And like trying to it's ridiculous. I don't want to be a video editor.
Right.
I don't want to be a video editor.
It's so, by the way.
No, there's video editors that I respect what they do.
Yeah.
But it's just something with stand-up. No one could hit the mark of the little part that I wanted to grab from that moment.
Yeah, so you got to do it yourself.
That happened. Yeah, so like at least
but
that
here's
part
my question.
I
Here's
myself.
my question: are the biggest comedians in the game right now? How many of them are in that position, like in a big.
It's different. The biggest young comedian, or the biggest legends who made it before social media was a thing.
Well, like is John Mulaney? He's of that era. He's young.
No, he's not. He's
35 or something, right?
He's 40.
40.
And no, he made it before.
So he's pre the era.
Like whatever. You won't even know the guys. Like,
go ahead, say him anyway.
Yeah. This kid, I forgot his last name. He has a podcast called something Socks, like Crunchy Socks or something like that.
Okay.
Michael Bloomstein, I think his name is.
Michael Bloomstein? Did you just make that up on the spot?
No,
I feel like I just said make up a Jewish name. He's like Michael Bloomstein?
I think that's his name. And then like, he's not famous, but he has crazy followers. All shows sell out. People come to him because, Matt Rife.
Matt Rife was
a white kid on Wildin' Out.
Okay.
He did good on Wildin' Out. White kid, good looking kid, very good looking kid. He did well on Wildin' Out to a point. Then he got off Wildin' Out and he was like he had to be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like one of them built guys. Yeah. Now he has 9 million on TikTok. Yeah. He just did this crazy $25 million deal with Live Nation.
Wow.
And he's all over that shit. Like every day there's 12 clips of him on Instagram and TikTok.
He has a system now. Like he has a
it's like when you get to that level, you just have people doing it.
But I feel like, at least in my case, man, it depends on your fan base. Like how you're like my fans been there. I feel like I'm actually lucky to have came out in the blog era versus trying to be a new artist coming up in this era.
Yeah.
Because even though it's like a ton of resources and platforms to like get be seen as an artist, I feel like it's just too much. It's so much competition.
You curated a fan base.
Yeah, so it's like my fan base isn't really looking for me to give them so much content.
That's fantastic.
So I feel like I'm kind of lucky in that sense. They like, yo, when he show up, he show up.
What about this?
There, you know what I'm saying?
Do you talk about yourself in your music?
Do I talk about myself?
Like,
in what instance? Like what?
Like, are you like? Do you like?
Are you an introspective, vulnerable artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah.
What I notice is people that are like that, when they talk about it in the music, you don't have to see them on Instagram every day living their life because it's in the music.
It's in the music.
But think of the people who have blown up. Their music is empty. It's just rap.
Yeah.
So in order to learn about that artist, you have to go social.
Maybe is that, and they've trained their fans, not trained their fans, but they kind of like trained their fans to expect a certain thing from them. Like, so if you started off and you like gave your fans, you showing them what you eating, what you wearing, what you doing every fucking day, your fans expecting you to give them that every day. So it's like, it really depends on your base, man.
I have to tell you,
hot bitches.
I just hate all of it so much. I just can't. And why I'm mad at myself is all of my jobs. Like, I really am old school media. I don't really require it. I have a morning show. I have an afternoon show. Then I go on WWE TV once a month. Why do I need to post all day?
We sound old right now.
No, we are. And I'm fighting for it. I want. I pray.
You sound tired, dog. Like, we're tired.
On the other side of it,
you sound exhausted. Like,
I am exhausted. You're right. I'm exhausted. I want when I finish work the day to be over. I don't want to go start scroll. I'm editing too. I'm adding captions to the interview clip and cutting the right part. For
man.
what?
You
like
just hire. What? Why you? What? So what's preventing y'all from
just hiring someone good? I should.
For what you do,
is that
you can definitely hire.
Why can't you?
I've tried, and they don't catch the right part of the joke.
You can't tell them.
It's art. I'm talking about. Listen, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
My shit, the shit I post is I'm doing this comedy show, and in the middle I said something wild to this guy. We had like a little exchange.
Yeah.
I put those little pieces out because I don't want to give away my material. You got to come see that.
Yeah.
They don't. It's something in my mind that I'm seeing.
I feel you.
And the answer was 10 minutes later in real life, but on Instagram I gotta put it together. So it's like.
So wait, how do you even get the clips every day? What is that? How does that work?
Bro, I got either camera guys, I got my camera that I set up myself, or the clubs. A lot of clubs now have cameras because all these comedians posting clips is marketing for the club. That's why you see the comedy sign behind you. It's a fucking full-time job,
I mean,
bro.
this shit is a full-time job. Music, anything that's requiring you to put out content to keep people's attention, shit is a full-time job. But
Man, I miss you guys. Got me really missing the old days.
The old days, man.
Let's talk about them shits.
Listen,
then.
you and I used to do a 4-hour radio show.
Yeah.
We sat with each other for 6 hours a day,
Yeah, basically.
right?
That's crazy.
Now I'm doing a 4-hour radio show by myself on a different station. The time I speak on the radio, and then the next time I speak would be about 15 minutes. I'm going bananas in that 15 minutes because I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did I used to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because you're just waiting?
I'm bored. It's not enough time to edit. It's not enough time to go check email. It's not enough time to really do anything. And I'm like, how did I used to do this for hours? And I guess we had us to talk to each other.
Well, A, we were talking to each other, and B, you weren't so concerned with other things. You didn't need to fill.
Yeah, because I was living my dream doing the morning show at Hot 97.
I'm just
And
saying.
then it turned into a nightmare.
I'm just trying to say this.
It was that.
I got off social media. I don't know if you know this, Cipha, but
What happened?
back in 2018, 2019. Sorry, this is an inside joke because we say it every episode.
Yeah.
I was divorced.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but I got divorced.
To that blonde chick?
The blonde lady. So when me and the blonde lady broke up, I went off social media for 6 months. Exactly 6 months gone, right? I was gone. When I came back, I remember it well. I had gone down from like 301,000 to like 295,000 on Instagram. Like 6,000 people checked out, right? This is now, I'm back. It's spring of 2019. We are now in the spring of 2023. I have gone up with all the posts I've done from 295 to 319,000.
That's good.
That's not good. 24,000 over 4 years. That's 6,000 a year. That's nothing. These people are growing millions all the time. What am I doing it for?
They paying for that shit though, bro.
You think?
I know, cause I know. I
He
literally just had a
Black-
conversation.
Black
About, like,
Milk
you want
just
more?
turned into Black Mirror. You see that face?
Oh,
He made
yeah,
like,
but
I know
no.
the answer, but I can't tell you.
I know, like I literally just had a conversation with someone like this price for these stats, social media or YouTube or like, man, bro, all this shit fake. That should be sounding like a conspiracy theory.
But it's not, right?
But now that I actually had the conversation with, like, with the people that can do the thing, I'm like, damn, that shit really real. Like,
Well,
I don't know what you can't believe nothing you see no more.
And you're on TikTok a lot, so you know.
I love it.
Some of those numbers are they're unconscionable. Like, it's
bro.
impossible. You'll hit a video, don't get me wrong, it's a good video. It'll say it has 1.5 million likes.
Yeah.
And then you look at the person's account, and the person has 7,000 followers. And you're like, I understand they work on algorithms, but like, I think my point is, I think you're right.
No, I'm right, bro. Trust me. And I would think y'all would know.
I know, you're right. We should know.
You're like,
I never had that meeting.
We haven't had that meeting. Bro.
I'm sitting here chasing my fucking tail with this
that
bullshit.
shit is like,
Well,
and
what
that's
about
why with artists, like the real measure is like to know if somebody is really, if their base is really real. It's really just the shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people actually get up, walk out their house, and come to your show? So,
Which is all I want.
yeah.
And that
number's
number's so much less than the number they have.
That's all I want, man. I just want to go, do my shows, DJ, live that hip hop life.
You'll hear them say, "Oh, this person's the biggest on social," and then you go, "What size venues are they playing?" You know, cap 1,200, and you're like, "But they have
cap.
30 million. They have 30 million followers."
Yeah.
Well,
So
what's up with your music? Black Milk?
Yeah, what's
up with
next?
my music?
Yeah,
When we get new Black Milk?
Man, I just finished the album. It's titled "Everybody Good?" ? It's like question. Everybody good? But so that's done. Like I say, it's dropping on Mass Appeal probably around July. I'm about to probably drop the first single in a couple weeks, man. Like May 13th. So yeah.
Now, when
man.
you do an album with Mass Appeal, do they just throw in a Nas feature? What's up? What's up with Peter Bittenbender? He coming through or nah?
Cool. I just talked to Peter.
He's a good dude.
Did you ask for Nas?
Huh?
Did you ask for Nas? See Nas around the office?
I don't be around the office because I don't live in New York, so I don't never. I mean, I've definitely like chopped it up with Nas before, like a few different times, a few different occasions. Just by being on the label, but nah, this one I don't really got that many features, man. Like it's kind of all me, and just I've been working on it for the last couple years. So, but yeah, I'm like I say, that's coming. Got some stuff just producing for other artists and stuff like that. But yeah, man, just like music shit, man.
How often are you back and forth between here and LA?
Man, pretty often, like every few months. So yeah.
Is that more for the outside work that you go to LA, or it's just or
that shit
both?
is work and like for work and play. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I'll be out.
You don't like just relaxing in Detroit? Because I've only been here one day and I'm already very scared.
Scared? No.
When your hotel downtown has 3 security guards.
Yeah, we do have a lot of security in our hotel.
Hey, what's going on over
y'all,
here?
y'all don't got nothing to be scared about.
We're at the Courtyard Marriott, okay?
Wait, what?
Well, this.
Well, y'all be gone by the time this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're safe.
I don't try. They could have heard you right now.
You're the one who posted an IG story when we were sitting in the IHOP.
Yeah.
We could have all ended
Wait,
for
y'all
us.
went to which IHOP?
The one in the Courtyard Marriott.
There's
Downtown.
an IHOP /
I know where y'all at.
Applebee's.
Y'all right on. Okay. Yeah.
But why do they have so much security in the lobby?
Because that's like, for one, you got Canada, you got the border right across the street.
That's
so
right.
It's just
so
a lot
Watch
of
out for
immigration.
those Canadians.
There's a lot of security in general in that area, but yeah. So and it's downtown, so yeah. But no, y'all straight. Y'all ain't. Now if y'all go like into the
miles.
yeah.
Which
then
mile?
it's a different
Which
story.
mile do we need to get stopped by?
Any of them.
None of the miles?
Don't stop on any of them. Like 6, 7. Nah.
It starts getting dicey.
Yeah. Starts.
Now here's the question. Do you think that, this may be obvious, do dumbass tourists just like show up to 8 Mile to take pictures?
I don't know. They might. 8 Mile is kind of cool. It ain't that crazy. Like depending on what part you on. Like it's really everything before 8, 7, 6, then Finkel. Quote unquote 5. Everything before 8. Like
Is not sweet.
Talking about dicey. Yeah. But long as y'all don't go too far east on Jefferson, because y'all hotel is on Jefferson.
That's right.
So long as y'all don't go too far to the left, which would be east, y'all be fine. Yeah.
What if I just go straight and just go over that Detroit-Windsor Bridge?
Yeah.
I'll just go that way.
Yeah, go that way. You know what I'm saying? Just stay around here. Y'all be
Get some
straight.
Tim Hortons.
So how do you think it's going to go for Billy June when he invariably at midnight tonight starts wandering the streets of Detroit? This is our
not
this is
gonna
our
go well.
What would you call Billy June?
What do you mean?
I was about to say this is our
Like on the show?
yeah.
It's changing though, man. Like, not to change subject, but the city is like, it's different, bro. It's like especially down in this area. So it's like you don't gotta really.
It's not that crazy down here.
Nah, and there's a lot of new people from different kind of places, a lot of new money. Detroit gonna be a totally different place in a few years.
You think Detroit's still worth investing in right now? You think it's
Hell yeah.
really?
Hell yeah. Like it's still a lot of untapped areas, you know what I'm saying? Majority of Detroit is like a big small city. Like it's a lot of room, ground to cover. So yeah.
I was here another time staying at a very nice hotel.
Yeah.
I was on tour with Michael Che and I forgot something. I had to go to the store. And the Dominican guy, he was working a valet. I go, hey, I got to go to the store. He's like, he just went. I said, I'm just getting like a CVS. He's like,
nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
You walking?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do that.
Wow.
Don't do that.
That's not what you want.
No, that's not what you want.
I mean, it was something crazy just happened around the corner from y'all hotel like a couple weeks ago.
What happened? Tell us the story.
Man, I don't want to put my city like,
I heard about it. Wait, was it Greektown?
Yeah.
Was it a pop?
That was one of the incidents. And
How do I already know this? I've only been here half a day.
Wait, how many incidents were there recently?
It was definitely Greektown. It was another incident like closer to where y'all at, but y'all straight.
Nah, we good.
I'm going to the
got black
Tigers
milk.
game. I'll be good, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be all white folks and like, ain't nothing popping. Yeah, you good.
Black people in Detroit don't go to Tigers games?
You never know. Nah, not really.
Really?
not really. Not really, but yeah, man. So yeah, that's what's going on, man. You about to be seeing a lot more.
Come back and join us when the project drops.
And I'll definitely
when you come to New York.
Kind of, Cipha, I kind of want to go grab a Coney, man.
What time is it?
4:30.
Let's go.
Y'all about 3 blocks away from American and Lafayette.
Which
I
one
heard
do we go
Lafayette's
to?
the one. Royce them said Lafayette.
Lafayette is the one.
Lafayette's the one.
Like the thing
I'm going
is,
American.
It's two brothers and they like one owns Lafayette, one owns American.
They
and I
had
think they
beef,
hate
right?
each other.
Yeah,
they
they
Oh, I
hate
love
each other.
those. I
It's
love.
literally right next
Why
to
does
each
that
other.
happen all the time?
the best.
I
Or
love
y'all
it.
could go to both and like get one from one and
Boom.
then see which one y'all like.
Yeah, we
you
can
know
share.
what I'm saying?
They probably don't hate each other. They probably made it act like they hate each other.
Just for a good
so
story.
that you go get both to test it out. They're geniuses.
Yo, Black, thanks, bro.
Man, anytime, man.
Anytime
Always
you're in
good.
New York,
Thank you
you
so
got my
much.
contact.
Always good to see y'all, bro.
Come on, man. Thanks for coming through.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/1EpIsLife. Shouts to Monster Energy and our friends over at SneakerCon. That's it, Syfe?
That's it. We're done.
Have fun in wherever the fuck you're going.
Nashville.
Have fun in Cashville.